Hi Stampers, this is Katie Johnson. I'm making this video for the people who are taking the class with me this month. There's a few things I'm hoping that you'll have a chance to actually see the instructions before we take the class. And if you happen to just randomly find this online, bonus, you find out how to make another card. This is the stamp set that we're using. I know for some of you the sentiments are an issue, so I wanted to let you know that there's going to be a get well. It's your day, which can be anything. It's your day because it's your birthday, or congratulations, or whatever. Celebrate whatever wonderful things are happening in your life, anniversary or birthday, and thank you very, very much. I will have all 4 samples made up so that you can see what they look like. I'm going to have the placement of the flower a little bit different on that last one, so you'll have a chance to see all of them in class. When you get ready to do your sentiment, these are the things that you'll need. The framing layer is a 2-inch wide strip. The second framing layer is 1/4 inch smaller, so it's going to be 1 3/4 inches wide, and the one for the sentiment is 1 1/2 inches wide. On each of the cards, it's 1 stamp, but I've got 2 colors going here. So in order to ink those 2 colors up, we won't be using an ink pad. We will be using markers. I would really appreciate it when you put your ink on the stamp if you would make sure that you're going with the side of the brush, so that you're not going point down, because that damages the tip of the marker. So if you could just apply it flat going across, that would be really useful. And it actually is going to be very effective at getting the color on there. These are water-based inks, so no worries about it drying on the stamp right now, because we'll be able to come back and huff on it, exhale on it, just to re-moisten it before we stamp. And then you're going to hear me off screen exhale on it just to re-moisten it. Now when I put these on, I like to keep my finger underneath this end so that that adhesive won't catch on the paper. That way I can play with the positioning. I like to put these down, this other end down. I'm still moving it. It's not attached. So once I've eyeballed it and decided that this edge is flush and that top strip and this bottom strip are pretty even, symmetrical, once I'm happy that way, then I'll push down. But I'm only pushing down a little bit because I can still come back and play with this way if I need to. So then I'll come back and I'll lay the whole thing out. And if I'm happy with the way it looks, then I'll come back and stick everything down. Alright, so once you have this put together, now it's time to put the flower together to get it mounted on the card. The leaves that you see down here are from the Bird Builder Punch, and they're the wing. So by punching that wing piece, makes a great petal, makes a great leaf for a flower. The flowers are from this punch, which is the Bouquet Builder Punch. It makes 3 different size flowers, and we are using for this card the smallest and the largest. To build this flower, I'm going to hold these 2 pieces together with one of the mini brads, and I just want to poke a hole in the 2 of them together. This small mat, and we have a bigger mat that will be at your workstation in class that we used to stamp on. Please don't punch a hole in that one. This little one will be there. This is the one we're going to use for punching. So I can move it around here and make sure that I'm happy with it centered. I'm going to poke a hole in it, and then here's a trick. Leave it there with that hole, because right now the paper fibers are kind of pushed downwards, and they're actually kind of pushed downwards into that hole, and it's just going to make a little channel for you to stick that that brad in. It'll just go real nice into the hole because it's also going into the hole in the mat. For the adhesive to hold this, we're going to pop these up on Stampin' Dimensionals. They're little foam pads. They come, you get 300 of them in a pack. So I'm going to use one of them right over here, but my flower would be very lopsided, so I've got some of them cut in half, and I'm going to take two more half ones and stick them way up there on the ends of the leaf, just because I don't want my element to be wobbly on the front of the project. I want it to sit nice and steady. So then you peel the back off. I love these things because they are nice and sticky, and because they're already adhesive on both sides. And then I can just come back and kind of hold it over here and lay it however I think it's going to best highlight the sentiment, and go ahead and stick that thing on, and it's all done. Okay. So here are all 4 of the samples that you can make. Sorry, you're only making 2 in class, so you'll have to pick which 2 sentiments you want. And thank you very, very much for watching and for coming to class. You can find more project ideas on my blog, www.stampladykatie.com. Thanks for stopping by.